domes, boy. The intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you. If you go against me in the square circle, let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic, cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you. It's how you sell you. It's how you knuckle up. It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Bones to Domes podcast. I am the one and only DJ Tony, and I'd like to welcome back my main man, Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston, back to the podcast after I guess you could call it a sick day. How you feeling, Jeff?
I am the one and only. Fuck yeah, I'm happy to be back in Bones to Domes, baby. I had a little bit of dental surgery last week. Wasn't in the best of shape to talk. I mean, it's never a good idea to do a podcast with gauze in your mouth unless you're a fighter and you just fucking won. Obviously, we know that's not the case. So, healed up, ready to rock and roll. How you doing, Tony?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Just did some Christmas shopping today. Had to... first time ever, my daughters decided that they all wanted a pair of Jordans this year. So,
of course,
Santa Claus, is going broke already. So, that's no fun.
Well, you know what you need to do? You need to tell your kids. Let me tell you something, girls. British Knights are just as cool as Air Jordans. British Knights are the shit. Everybody, 30 years ago, everybody was wearing British Knights. You could bring back the trend.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I've been fortunate enough that their whole life they've, only made me, or not made me, but, didn't really care. As long as they had some nice Nikes or whatever, running shoes, they didn't really care. But this year, they're all in a different school, in a private school, and I guess everybody's got Jordans and the best of the best shoes.
Well, if you do the private school, that's different because you got to have your swag on out for everybody. So I understand that. With the private school, there's always going to be people who stand out when it comes to the fashionistas and the fashionistas. So you're right, because of the fact it's a private school, they got to keep up.
But yeah, we're switching it up a little bit. Pretty much every podcast that we've done ever together, Jeff, it's always been BKFC fighters. But we are switching it up today, and we are having on I guess this is actually her second appearance with us. Her first appearance was a little bit over a year ago. But yeah, she's in the waiting room. Let's bring her in, the one and only, the Red Queen herself, Mrs. Jamie Driver.
What's up, guys?
Jamie?
Hey, the Red Queen.
How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
You look like you're chuckling like a villain on penicillin over there. We got to get her amped up, man. We got to get her some bucked up. We got to get her some Live 21. I mean, I don't care what you get her, man. Just get her on something, Tony. Come on now.
Yeah, she's all right, man. She probably, she's been training all day, getting ready for this fight.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I trained twice today, so I'm a little tired.
Nice.
How's everything, down in Miami?
Oh, beautiful. So happy to be back with the team I love. So everything's going really great.
There's just one thing that you don't do in Miami. You don't look for Mr. or Mrs. Right or, plan to get married in Miami. Miami just doesn't seem like the place that would cater to that. It always seems like, you want an awesome girlfriend, you want an awesome boyfriend, you want to go club with somebody. It doesn't seem like Miami's set up for monogamous relationships. It actually seems like it's the opposite. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I see. JB, you could probably set me straight.
I mean, I'm not really looking for anything right now anyway, so nowhere.
And she has swiped left. She is swiping left. Okay. She's swiping left. Okay. Okay, well, hey, if you're not on the prowl, then how the fuck would you know what you're hungry for, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. But on the prowl, let's go ahead and let's open this up to what everybody wants to know. 3 bare knuckle fights in. You have cut your teeth in the sport of bare knuckle. Now, it may not be in the squared circle, but you have cut your teeth. You've gotten that taste for it. You've had the taste of blood in your mouth. I mean, 6 MMA fights prior to that, and not including your amateur career, which I know that you were rocking and rolling in CFFC, but geographically speaking in that area, you live in that area, you got to rock CFFC at one point in your career. I mean, everybody does in there. But talk to us about your transition over to bare knuckle fighting. 3 fights in, how you feeling in the sport of bare knuckle fighting?
I love it. It just honestly kind of brings you back to the raw realness of where a lot of fighters start is street fighting. But it's cool that I have the background in MMA because, in bare knuckle, you can clinch and you can fight in the clinch. And, you use a lot of grappling and wrestling with that. So, but it's been a cool transition. It really wasn't too crazy of a transition. It was more the boxing I had to get better at, technique wise and skill wise. But I'm good, man. So, that came with some ease and I just been putting the work in, but it's been a pretty good transition and I really, really enjoy bare knuckle a lot.
Well, the bare knuckle, I swear, I mean, everybody who gets into it is addicted to it. It's especially if they feel like they have a taste for it. As you've seen, there have been those who have come over that have said that they were going to just run through the rankings and did exactly the opposite. It just was not for them. They thought it was, but until you get that, those bones to domes, no pun intended, you're really not going to understand what it is or how it is. And I'm sure you can also attest to this as well. From my vantage point, when I'm looking at bare knuckle fighters as opposed to MMA or boxers, now I'm not knocking any gloved combat sport. I've been doing this for 20 years and I love them all. But the one thing that I do know is the minute that you wrap your hand and you put any kind of glove on it, as opposed to a bare knuckle fight, I believe you are weaponizing your hand 10 times more when you wrap it up as opposed to a bare knuckle fist. I believe there's so much danger, so much more danger when you put on the gloves. What do you think about that one?
I agree. The padding on the gloves gives you, you can punch harder and longer to someone's, head. Bare knuckle, you can't do that. You really, you see it. People do throw with power. I love to throw with power, but I break my hands. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can't keep up doing the same damage as you would do with gloves on. So.
Exactly. And not only that, you could afford to throw away punches. You can afford it. You can have a bad punch here. You can have a bad punch there. There's so much more of a precision that comes in with bare knuckle fighting. And it's not because you want to, it's just because that's how the sport is made. That's how the sport is. It's all about precision. You're looking for that knockout button to do as little damage to your hands as humanly possible.
Pretty much. Yeah. Just like you said, the accuracy, you can't be off a couple inches. You got to be either dead on or like a half a centimeter off. You know what I mean? Like there's no playroom at all. So
a couple of inches is on the top of your head. And that's where you break your damn hand.
Yes, it is.
What you got, Tony?
What's the, you feel the biggest transition from coming from obviously the bigger space of either boxing or MMA to then being in a small trapped in Trigon there at BYB?
I can't lie. It actually wasn't as weird as I thought it was going to be. When I first saw the Trigon, I was like, wow, that's really freaking small. I'm probably going to get jammed up in these corners. And I got jammed up a couple times in my fights, but it really wasn't that bad. As long as you stick and move, it's just all foot. When it comes down to it, it's footwork, just keep cutting angles and you just can't go forward and backward. You don't have the room to do that. So for me personally, that transition wasn't really that hard either. It's just a matter of just fight IQ and knowing, just to keep cutting that angle and turning my opponent so I can stay within the action and not get caught on my back foot,
With you being a longer, taller fighter, obviously I watched a lot of your 3 fights like 50 times, but I noticed that with you being taller and longer, it seems like once you throw that jab or you throw that long punch, you're kind of already against the ropes. So it's like you have to try to circle out way quicker than you would in MMA or boxing or anything like that. Do you feel yourself obviously backing into the ropes more than you would like, or more than it is when you're practicing, I guess?
Yeah, because sometimes I guess we don't always practice in, obviously we don't have a trigon, we have a ring, but we do cut it off. We cut it in half to kind of get that feel for it, which has helped me kind of with working on my footwork and knowing, being that I'm so tall, I can't take big gallops back. Everything's got to be small steps. And as soon as I take at least like 2 small steps back, I know if I don't cut a corner, I'm stuck against, my back on the ropes. And that's something I don't want, obviously. So, yeah.
Well, we've seen her fight, Tony. We know that she likes to fight in the pocket. We know that you like to fight in the pocket. We know that you like to put your foot on that gas. I mean, that Red Queen right there, there's so many different ones. I mean, we see you coming in there with that blazing red hair, but we also know that Red Queen's got the main reason, and that's what you want to draw, and that's first blood. But it's interesting that, so many people try to stay in the pocket in the Trigon from what I've seen. And it's sometimes that plan just doesn't work. Sometimes that plan just doesn't work because the geography is not necessarily topography would be the proper way to say it. The topography is not very generous. It's not very generous when it comes to size. As a matter of fact, I've seen a couple of fights to where the referee gets backhanded.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close quarters. So, I mean, the ref, everybody involved, someone's getting hit somewhere. You know what I mean? So, it's just is what it is. But I like the Trigon. I mean, it makes you work. There's no time for a break. So, you're always on the gas. Like, you always have to go. And I like that.
You got nowhere to go. And you got nowhere to go.
No,
you literally
you can't run from me.
Phone booth fighting right there. That's phone booth fighting. Absolutely. Well, I got a question for you. My question to you is: we're just a few days away from everybody's favorite time of the year. The time of the year where everybody gathers around the fireplace. We got stockings, we got chestnuts roaring on an open fire. Plus, we've also got people that are getting ready to go ahead and kill each other. The Christmas after day special. Everybody gets trampled to death and everything. Is this the type of season that you look forward to? Do you look forward to Christmas time, the holiday times and such? And this is a 2-part question. Do you look forward to that? And what's your favorite Christmas movie?
So I'm at the point in my career, I've missed so many holidays. It's really not like a big deal to me. So like I live in New Jersey, all my friends and my family are there. And I basically just left 3 days ago to come to Florida. So I'm not going to be home for Christmas. So to me, it's really not a big deal. I'm just used to it. The only part downer for this time. So my brother just had his first baby. So I had my first nephew. And I have to miss his first Christmas. So I'm definitely heartbroken about that part, because I bought him like 1 million gifts. I mean, he's only like 2 months old, so not like he's gonna freaking remember. But still, it's like for me, it's the memory. I'm definitely bummed I'm gonna miss it. But other than that, I'm gonna be training all day Monday. It's just another day to me. I have a fight, so it is what it is. But favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Man, there's some good ones. What's it called? A Christmas Story? With
she goes OG.
That's
she
like
goes
that's
OG.
That's like you have to watch that right
before you even said it. I was thinking that in my head.
I didn't like the second one. I saw the second one.
You saw the second one, right? Yeah.
They were reaching.
Home Alone.
They were reaching.
To me, Home Alone's kind of a Christmas movie-ish. You know what I mean? Because it was around the holiday time for them. So I like that one.
It's my favorite Home Alone. I mean, Home Alone's my favorite Halloween movie, 1 and 2. And then I go to Die Hard.
Gotta love Die Hard. Gotta love Die Hard because it pisses Bruce Willis off every time that you call it a Christmas movie because he's like, it's not a Christmas movie. I'm like, dude, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes, it is. One of my favorites is a really weird one, but it's just because it's so off kilt for the guy. I fucking love Jingle All the Way. I don't care what people say.
Oh yeah, me too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in a family Christmas movie, and he's got 2 of my favorite lines. Who told you could eat my cookies? Put that cookie down now. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't get much better when you see Arnold Schwarzenegger as Turbo Man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is so my mom what was it, Saturday or something, we were going through all of the Christmas movies on her Fire Stick, and there's like 1,000 of them. And we must have went for 10 minutes just scrolling. And I kept saying the same thing over and over. I was like, where the hell is Jingle All the Way? Where the hell is Jingle All the Way? Like it wouldn't pop up for nothing. And I actually have to search it and look it up. But that's definitely something. I don't think my kids have ever seen it. So definitely on Christmas Day is something I'm gonna watch with them. But
come on, you gotta watch it, man.
Amy,
I mean, come on.
look what I got on.
Yeah. There it is. Nice.
I get a first look. I like it. Okay.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tony
I just made it
out
like
with a t-shirt.
I made it like an hour ago.
Seriously, man, you turn out more t-shirts than tap out. That's crazy, man. I swear.
Quick
Turns
with
out
it,
so
man.
many seriously
Quick as hell.
between
You just texted me that last night. Like, is this good? Yep. Damn, just like that.
I would have had it made yesterday. I was waiting for you to answer to see if you liked it. Regardless, I was like, regardless, it's gonna be a cool t-shirt, whether you want it as your actual logo or not. But once you were like, yeah, you like it, I was like, all right, boom. So I've already made like 4 or 5 of them. I'm planning on coming down there, hopefully maybe Wednesday.
Sweet.
So I can bring you down some stuff and then maybe catch some lunch with you. And
but I like it. I like it. I think it's fashionable. I think that's something that you would wear even if you're not going to one of the fights.
This shit is dope, dog.
I mean, yeah. I always figure that if you're making a fight shirt, make it something that's fashionable. Make it a shirt that you would wear not just because you're going to a fight, but it's something that you would wear in every day. You know, you go out actually be a fashion statement stepping out with it. I like
that. Like my amateur career, it's like everybody has all these ugly ass t-shirts.
I know.
Like, you just throw them away, or like they're just like a rag t-shirt. You know what I mean? It's like, no, wear something like people go wear all the time, and like it doesn't have to be some weird ugly ass fight shirt. You know?
I know. I mean, just goddamn, does nobody take a page out of the book from NWO? The new, I mean, you know, the old school W, man, those were worn as social statements. I mean, you know, you'd step out in an NWO shirt. You didn't give a fuck, man. And it's amazing that there's so many you know, it's funny when it comes to the t-shirts, and I think both of you agree. There was a part in the UFC. I forget what the name of the t-shirt brand was. I think it was like Silver Star. I think it was Silver Star clothing. And they did kind of like a splatter effect t-shirt that was very, very similar. You know what I'm talking about, Tony? Like the splatter t-shirts with the foil effects, like kind of like Affliction style. Those were great. Yeah. Those were great. You wear them right now, you look like a relic. You know, because it doesn't work right now, but it's amazing. I definitely agree with you on that, Jamie. There's so many people who have no fashion sense when it comes to that.
One of your BYB fight mates, Zion Tomlinson.
What up, Zion?
Zion, the Tomlinson family. I don't know
if you know if you ever ran into Patrolman on on Facebook. He's always on there getting on everybody.
Is that him trolling?
That's trolling.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
She doesn't look like a fighter. She looks like she gives attitude at Popeyes.
Why would I do that? I would never give attitude at Popeyes. They're feeding me food. No, absolutely not. Damn.
Fuck you, Patrol, man. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Come on now.
Yeah, bro.
Man, what do you not get Popeyes for?
Nah. You got
what's that?
Chris Gonzalez asking if that tattoo's new.
Yes, it is.
Look at that. Look at all
out.
Damn.
Killing it.
I thought you were wearing a scarf there for a second.
Yeah. Scarf and tattoos.
She's in Miami right now. Shout out the gym you're at, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm at Derek Santos Boxing over here in Boca, Florida. Yeah.
Wow.
Boca.
He always got something stupid to say. She looks like she's in the bathroom sitting in the sink.
I'm in a hotel room. I can't really help the hotel room walls. My bad.
Hotel room.
I would have said that's
institutional hotel. Oh, that's I see what it is now.
Yeah, like
that's the
headboard. I just ate dinner. I'm just chilling.
I was just like, man, you look like padded walls. What the fuck?
Probably should put me with some padded walls.
Jay Davis, I don't know if you ever with Terp House. I don't know if you met him.
Yeah. No, I've met Jay. What's up, Jay? I'm definitely ready to kick some ass.
Hell yeah, she's ready. So, what do you feel about? I know we've talked and we've been studying your opponent. What do you feel your new opponent brings to the game to you coming over here to the U.S. to come fight you?
She's gonna give me another win.
There it is.
I mean, I don't really see anything that great about her. I mean, she's coming from MMA. She has an MMA background. This is her first bare knuckle fight. So she doesn't know if this is for her or not yet. I know it is for me. I have the experience. I'm already 3 fights deep. I don't really see her giving me too much of a challenge. She's shorter than me, so yeah. I'm just gonna do
All
my
right,
thing.
patrol man, slow down now. You can't be talking about my fight boo like that. Calm down, all right?
Oh, come on. Don't tell him to calm down. That's just going to egg him on more, man. You know
He
how
said he's only watching for Jamie. No, you better calm down, big dog. It's on site.
You're talking to fucking Darkwing Duck over there, man. Shit, man. He gonna fuck you up. Let's get dangerous.
I know, right? What is the difference? Obviously, the weather, but besides that, what is the difference from coming from Jersey this last week to coming down to Florida and training down in Florida?
I've made a great connection with Derek Santos and the team there. So, I planned on coming back to train with him anyway. But yeah, the weather is just, it's actually a little chilly. It's like kind of fall to like here right now to me, but It's better than New Jersey. That shit was 30 degrees and snow, and I'm good. I'm not built for that anymore. But yeah, other than that, it's just been great to be back with the team and have that energy. And, I have girls that are actually my weight, down here that I can train with. And, I train with the best down here. So it's definitely great.
I was trying to link you up with Gabby when I was up there, but we never got around to it. You got the faking on us. I'm still mad.
We'll get it eventually.
Well, the good thing about being down there in Florida is that there's a lot of open minds when it comes to bare knuckle fighting training. There's a lot of avenues down in South Florida. There wasn't before, but when we broke down not too long, a couple of years ago, I think that kind of started everybody on the good foot, and it made it real. A lot of gyms realized that bare knuckle fighting is it's going to have to start being implemented in most MMA gyms, because it's just catching on like wildfire. Doesn't matter where you fight for, doesn't matter where you fight, who you fight with. It's building awareness for the sport and understanding that a training skill set needs to exist in most major gyms for a bare knuckle fight down. Absolutely does.
I agree. It would get more people accustomed to like what bare knuckle really is and how. I've, like you guys know, I've done MMA. I've also done kickboxing and Muay Thai fights and Sambo. So I've done a whole bunch of different sports, and bare knuckle really is just a whole other sport. It's way different than just regular glove boxing. There's way more to it. But that'd be pretty dope. I hope I can be a part of that transition for when like bare knuckle boxing is like more introduced and more welcoming. I know everyone's like, a lot of people are scared of it. They're not really like, I don't want to do bare knuckle. I don't want to fight like that. It's a fight's a fight, whether you have a glove on or not. To me, it's just
but combat sambo is also something pretty, man. That combat sambo, I've worked a bunch of combat sambo tournaments over in Russia, and the one thing that I know, man, that's some hard shit. That's the kind of shit that absolutely destroys your body. Your whole fucking body breaks down in a combat sambo fight. Yeah, you got the open-handed palm strikes and such, but you got the judokas out there. You got the judoka backgrounds. You got the guys who just love to get in there and throw. And just throw your ass from point A to point B. So, I'm sure you've ran the gamut. Kickboxing, combat sambo, MMA, and now bare knuckle fighting. And I'm sure, again, we've been talking about kind of the comparison. We're always interested in the comparison when it comes to the athletes that we bring on here. And I'm sure the recovery comparison in bare knuckle fighting, as opposed to all the others, it's got to be second to none.
Yeah. I've had 3 fights and 3 broken hands and torn tendons and stuff like that.
I didn't know that bad. Ooh.
Yeah. I've had more injuries, like just longer injuries, that I've had to kind of sit out longer due to it, unfortunately. So, and I can't say that people are like, drink milk, your hands aren't strong enough. It ain't like that. I'm punching a head over and over and over again.
Milk.
You know what I mean? It's
that person needs to be slapped. Send that person over to Power Slap. Let them drink milk. This isn't say your prayers, eat your vitamins, tell the truth, and be an honest person anymore. This is bare knuckle fucking fighting, man. This is get to the line first and hope that your punch connects. Shit.
We got a fan question from he's probably bare knuckle's biggest fan. His name is Big Ben. He comes on our show every week.
He was telling us to start it early, Big Ben.
Oh, that's not. See, questions are coming in too fast. Hold on, wrong one.
All right.
He said, what do you think about BKFC's Misfit?
Christine Faria.
About Christine.
I mean, Christine right now is the best of the best. I mean, she's a dog. She's got skills, talent, heart, the mindset. I mean, she's, to me, like, weight classes aside, I think she's the best female across the board. And I don't have a problem saying that. I mean, has the most experience, and like, she destroys every female she touches. So she's a bad motherfucker, that one.
Jay Davis said, "Are you wearing his mouthpiece again? Your next fight?"
Jay, I don't have it anymore, so I need another one.
Okay, Tony, I got a question now because it's relevant. It's relevant to the Misfit. Now we all know the Misfit has run over everybody, all but one individual, and that one individual is now within your reach. And Tony, who am I talking about now?
Helen.
Oh, Helen Peralta, right?
Helen Peralta is now possibly within your reach. Does that seem, knowing that I mean, this was many years ago, this is true. I mean, you know, so Helen's probably a much different fighter than she was the first time that she toed the line against Christine. Does that seem like a potential fight that you would like, a potential opponent eventually, Helen Peralta?
Just depends on weight. I don't know exactly where she's stacking up. I was assuming she was going to stay at 35, unless she wants to come up to the big girls and want to play with the 47 pounders. Like, so I mean, I don't care. A name means nothing to me. She's just another body that I could walk through.
She could come up to welterweight. Her size, she could come up to welterweight.
But if she wants to, if she comes to 147 or whatever, I don't.
She could do that.
I don't care. I fight whoever.
She's a big girl. I mean, she's a big girl. So I believe. I mean, not like big, but you know what I mean. She's big bone girl. I think that she could do that. I think that she could do that because I know that she's comfortable at 135, but I could see her at 147.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if she wants to come up, I'm more than welcome. I'm just here to fight. I don't care.
Nice.
We got Matt. I talked to you about him.
Milk not needed.
Like the first day actually that we talked, when we talked about you joining the team. The coach that I was telling you about that has the workout on the back of his truck, and he was saying the same things. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe we can both come down there next week so you can try out his workout on the back of his truck, the GNAT, to build your hands up. Because that's what he's saying right now. On the back of his, he can, get that training going for them hands and strengthen them back up since we got a month out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do work like grip work. I dig my hands in rice and stuff like that, like some old school stuff, which definitely does help just to keep all the little tendons and everything kind of like strong. But I'm sure I could do much more stuff, and he could definitely teach me some things.
Yeah. What do you, Big Ben asked, what do you model your fighting after? Or who, I guess, do you model your fighting after?
What the frick does that mean? So, I guess, like, who inspires me?
Yeah, who inspires you?
Just a fight. If you could say that fighting
Big Ben's
style,
a little slow, sorry. I meant
a little slow. A little slow.
He's big, slow. So
well, no, the oxygen, it's pretty thin up there. So, I mean, it's just the way that it is.
He's like 6'10".
I mean, there's really no one in particular that I strive to like look like stylistically wise. I am like, I'm just me. Like I fight like my style now, which is kind of nice. Like but I'd say I like a lot of the old school fighters. So like Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns,
nice.
What's her name? Lucia Riker. Like those are the people that I definitely look, because they're taller, they're like longer, they have like they're a bit more of like my style and my pace. So I really like to watch them. But I do like James Toney, guys like that.
Miguel Cotto.
I was just watching actually his fight right before this.
I watched it last night. Him and God damn it, what the hell is his name? The guy that cheated against him the first time.
Louis Resto. That's it. That's what I was just watching. Louis Resto. Yeah, that's crazy.
I was watching that last night.
I got to give you credit for name dropping Lucia Riker, man. She is, my God.
That's a thug.
That's a fucking bad. That's a badass. I'm going to tell you, $1 Million Baby, she wasn't far off. Wasn't, I mean, she's not that dirty, but as far as the way that she fight, oh God, man, she is just terrifying. I mean, the only person that I could see, she actually is one half. If I had like a dream fight for two female combat sports athletes, what it would be, it'd be Lucia Riker and fucking Ann Wolf. That would be fucking. Can you imagine both of them in their prime squaring off? That
Crazy.
That would just make, that'd be amazing, man.
Yeah, it would
just be amazing.
Yeah, they don't make women like Lucia Riker anymore, man. Like she was just a different beast.
Who's your
I would have loved to see her
fighter?
a bare knuckle fighting. I would have loved to see her a bare knuckle fighting, man. I think she would have fun. I think that she would have had fun. Absolutely.
Who's your favorite fighter ever? And it doesn't have to be like boxer, MMA. It could be like question. Bruce Lee or like anybody.
Dang. I can't lie. I guess I don't really have a favorite fighter.
Bruce Leroy? All right.
Bruce Leroy.
The Last Dragon. Showing up.
You just said Tymok. You just wanted Tymok as your favorite fighter. I mean, he's all right, but come on now.
Come on, man. He's a beast.
I don't know, man. I was a show enough fan, man. I mean, you know, when you have a heel saying "kiss my Converse," that's pretty cool, man. I actually like that. Come on, all right, Tony. You asked her the question. What's yours? Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter ever is Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, just across.
Simply Bruce Lee. Yeah, best fighter ever. I mean, who's better than Bruce Lee?
Well, as far as like
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean,
in the boxing realm.
I love Mike. Yeah, no, Mike Tyson's my favorite boxer ever. But just all in general, Bruce Lee. I mean, he just all that power he had just in that fist of just being able to just that 1 centimeter punch or inch punch and knock you into a seat. Like, come on, man.
Boss Rutan.
He was only like 130 pounds, like 20 pounds, like, you know what I mean?
Boss Rutan is still my favorite, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm just and not in the MMA days, the Pancrase days, man. The Pancrase days, man. There was just he was terrifying. Yeah. He was fucking terrifying. There were people who would retire when they found out that they were gonna get matched up against him. You know, just he gave you know, how often, especially think about the dynamics of Pancrase to begin with. Okay, absolutely ruled by Japanese counterparts since day fucking one, and this crazy ass Dutchman comes in and absolutely turns it upside down. Nobody saw him coming. Nobody saw him coming when Pancrase was at its zenith, and seeing him come in and just absolutely annihilate. Oh my God, those shin kicks. Oh my God, just thinking about those shin kicks gives me fucking nightmares, man. He was just so deadly. It would have been nice to have seen him healthier in the UFC. In the UFC. I mean, Pancrase just absolutely takes years off your life. It took years off your life as an athlete. So it would have been interesting to have seen him in the UFC and then maybe Pancrase, but then we wouldn't have had the awesomeness that was Boss Rutan and Pancrase. So that's mine. That's mine, man. He was
pretty good choice.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
He was a thug back then, that's for sure.
Kimbo would have loved. Oh man. Man, that's too bad about that. That really was. That kind of broke my heart.
So Jamie, I know you love being an aunt.
What the fuck is he saying?
What? It's like
squeeze dry dog shit into powder and make it into milk.
I stopped reading. I'm just putting them up. As long as it doesn't say anything fucked up, then I'm just throwing it up.
Let him say something fucked up. There's no filter here.
I was gonna say, I know you love being an aunt. Have you ever obviously thought about being a mom? I guess once your fight career is over.
Look at that face. That face tells it all.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, as a woman, of course, sometimes it's like, oh, what if I had a baby? But then it's like, ugh, what the fuck? I would have to put my whole career on pause, and at least right now, at my time of my life, that's just not what I'm looking. I mean, shit, y'all, I ain't got a man, and I'm not looking for a man. Well, you got to get a man to have a baby, so I'm good on that for now. My career is my main focus, being healthy, being a wonderful aunt to my nephew, and that's it. I'm good with that.
Jer, what'd you say?
What's that?
You said manager. What'd you say?
What?
Huh?
Never.
What the fuck you talking
You don't
about?
remember our inside joke?
Oh, still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But all I know is that JB wins definitely wins the Bones to Domes award for the best eye roll when it comes to asking a question, man. That right there is that's the champion eye roll right there when you were asked about kids. Trust me, I'm doing the same thing myself. Respect on that.
I tried to do that, and then I had 3 in a row. Now they're 12, 11, and 10.
Oh yeah. Your life is over. Your life is just over, man. It's just
As
over.
I was saying before you came
Doesn't
on,
belong to you.
I had to go Christmas shopping today, and since they went with their mom, they're going with their mom to Virginia to go see their brothers. So they'll actually be back on Christmas Day. So this will be the first Christmas that they weren't with me, or Christmas Eve, should I say? But yeah, it's the first time ever on all their Christmas lists. They all put that they wanted Jordans on their list, and I'm just like, "Ooh, man! Like, you sure you know it's the right Santa Claus?" Like, like, I don't know, man. I don't know that Santa. Like,
Santa Claus puts Jordans down, so
the newest
yeah,
Jordans.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on. Can't we just go back to going to a shoe department and getting those buy one get one half offs? Like,
yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, nope.
That don't exist anymore. He chose.
Yo, what's good, Mish?
Hey, what's
Mike
going
and
on?
Mish.
What's going
I
on?
remember,
Mission accomplished. Joining us. Yes.
Actually, when I first I guess heard about you or that you were supposed to be going on the Mike and Mish show like 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
Got to run that back one of these days. Ryan, no, unfortunately, freaking no, that's fucked up. Unfortunately, Carl messaged me like an hour ago saying he had to leave the gym to go pick up his daughter because she was sick. So he's rescheduling.
We'll be seeing him after the first of the year. Yep.
Yeah, the first of the year. He's actually going to come on for our first show of the year. So that'll be dope to open it up with that. But right. Yeah, Jamie. Like I guess besides you know, what you think is going to happen. Or no, actually, you know what? What's your fight prediction for this fight? That's what I want to know.
TKO first round.
There we go. That's how I have it. I say about a minute, 12 seconds. I'm counting it.
Yeah.
She's doing the Clubber Lang prediction.
Catch with nice jabs. She's gonna rush you
in and out like a robbery. That's it.
You're going to hold a little bit, push off, 2 more jabs, split her open, then she's gonna be like wiping it, overhand and night. Highlight reel. You're gonna catch right in time. You're gonna look, first fight of the year, and it's gonna be the knockout of the year. I'm calling it.
There you go.
I like that. Let's go.
There you go. Get slept.
Right there. Yeah. Make sure everybody check it out next month, January 18th, BYB 23. Jamie will be having the KO of the night, KO of the year, fight of the night, fight of the year. Yeah. I guess you can't have a fight of the night if it's a minute knockout, but knockout of the year for sure. But yeah, do you have any sponsors or anybody that you want to shout out?
Your shout outs, girl. Family sponsors.
I mean, well, thank you guys for having me on. It was great talking with you guys. You know, obviously, shout out to BYB for, you know, reaching out and getting me on this card last minute. I'm really excited for this opportunity. And thank you to my friends and my family that continue to support me on my crazy freaking journey. And right now, my sponsors, thank you, Quality Drywall and Rainwear Gutters. I really appreciate you guys just always riding with me no matter what. So, yeah.
And in the next week or two, DJ Tony will have another 2 or 3 for you. So
let's ride.
I'm working on one. Hopefully by the morning. Well, I'll say by lunchtime. Hopefully they'll be signing a contract. So we shall see. But yeah,
I can't wait.
For actually, I guess I can say for Live 21.
Yes.
Energy drink. So
is that energy drink or is it water?
It's not an energy drink. No, I'm sorry. It's a recovering solution.
I don't remember getting energy after drinking that. I mean, it was,
no, it's not an energy
it was
drink.
good.
Come
I
on,
just
man.
don't remember an energy boost.
Recovering solution.
Recovering solution.
Yes,
There you go.
hopefully, you know, they'll come through. We'll see. But anyways, I got like 2 or 3 other lined up as well.
Go.
So yeah, but appreciate you coming on, and go get some rest. No more training.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep now and get up in the morning and train. I gotta get ready to get this dub.
And I will, I'll hit you up in the morning. But yeah, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for coming on. Talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right, same to you, sweetie. Thank you. All right. The Red Queen coming on. Prediction: first round TKO, first round KO. Wants to get in there and out of there like she robbed someone. All right, I can definitely respect that. Thank you for coming on. Hey, absent-minded. We had, like I said, again, we had such a good time with you guys the last time. We got to keep that as a ongoing thing for all of the BKFC events that you attend. Yeah, you guys are a bunch of fun-loving guys, and that's definitely the kind of people that we like to hang out with here at BKFC. So good stuff. But
let's go back because we had a bunch of good questions too. That
all right, let's see what we got here.
That I wasn't gonna ask while she was on because obviously it didn't have anything.
Yeah. I'm sure that there were a few that we were gonna.
Oh, one of them was after watching Karate Combat this week and Gogo unfortunately lost. Do you think that he'll be back, or do you think he's done with BKFC?
No, I don't think he's done at all. I don't think he's done at all. I think it'll be a while before we see that, because never say never in this industry. That's the way that I look at it, because somebody who you could, cast aside because of a disagreement could end up becoming the hottest thing with somebody else, and then that's a commodity that you want to bring over to BKFC. And they were talking about it actually today at the on the Bare Knuckle show and the BKFC show. And I agree with what BKFC did when it came to the Karate Combat stream. I mean, in business, everything is about asking permission when you're talking about content that doesn't belong to you. If you have a competitor that has, is not using, licensed content, I mean, it's licensed via BKFC, and if you're going to show that on it without asking permission, without, going the professional route about it, well, then obviously we have to do what's best for BKFC. So I 100% side with that. I know that you saw it, Tony. There was a lot of people talking all kinds of crap.
I was watching live,
shutting down the stream, but I absolutely agree with it, because if they didn't ask permission, then BKFC was in the right to do what they did, and I stand by them 100%.
I knew it was coming because, and I knew it was coming, like I was saying, because once I seen the first time that they showed Freddie Masabo, and they showed that little tiny clip, I was like, well, when he comes out to fight, they're definitely going to show more of him fighting for BKFC. I mean, that's all the footage that they have. And as soon as that happened, everyone was thinking that it was because of Gogo. I was like, no, it was because of Freddie's fight first that it happened, because it happened before the women's fight. So
it was a combined effort. It was a combined effort overall.
Or should I say footage that it got shut down. And I mean, it's just like, same thing, me, like during the prelims, if I were to go and play or music that's not copyrighted or non-copyrighted, should I say, it's going to get,
BKFC
the fight
trouble.
shut down. Yep. Which is the reason why anybody who's ever at the live show, or, when you're listening live, I always play royalty-free music during the weigh-ins, because I have to, because it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. We don't have a choice.
Which I hate, at times. I've been finding better royalty-free music as of late, but I like to be able to just play what I know and what I like. But it's also cool to be able to go and listen to these, I guess, underground artists that are not out there yet, and be able to play, like I forget what the song is called, but one of the royalty-free songs that I found, I'm sorry, Jay Jackson loved and used it like 3 times when in between war, the other song that he's known for. So
do you send that information out to the fighters? I mean, do you let them know, the ones that are on the undercard? Do you let them know, hey, you guys have an opportunity before to select royalty-free music before you step on.
And not to sound like that, but I think that's the reason why everybody, likes me or whatever, because I do that for them. I don't wait till the last second. I'll be like, hey, fight card is out. You're fighting on the prelims. I need you to pick off of these two websites that are all royalty free. And if you if you don't want to, or you don't like anything that's on there, then unfortunately, I got to pick something for you. But I always give them the option of picking a song that they actually want, and then a royalty free song if I feel like I know they're gonna stay on the on the prelims, just in case if a fight falls off or whatever, or they get moved up, then I'll already have their song. But normally everybody goes ahead and picks off the list. Everything's fine, but sometimes people are just like, just pick whatever you want. I don't care.
Can't steal the Lord Zentars. Are we really doing that? I guess we are. I guess I still don't remember his knighthood when he was over there in the UK, but apparently he's a lord now. Apparently he's now Lord Zentar.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Kyle says he's challenging you to a duel, buddy. Another axe throwing duel.
Here's the thing, Kyle. The last thing that I'm going to do is say no. Are you probably going to kick my ass in that? I don't know if you're going to kick my ass, but I definitely think that you're going to win because you definitely kicked ass there. But do I accept that fucking duel? You bet your ass I do.
We're all about animals. Come on, man. I got
Kangol here. We got the Playboy bunnies on the other side. How the fuck can you not like the Playboy bunnies? Jesus Christ, man.
The pork above me. I'm sitting
out. You need to get some more of that dried shit and rub it on your hands, man.
For all of our Soprano fans out there,
yeah.
I had to sitting out here with Tony and
sitting right out front.
Everybody
sitting right out front, man. All right, let's take a moment, Tony, and let's talk about what we're going to be doing next week. Next week, guys, we're going to be changing things up. It's going to be a little different. Next week is going to be our 2023 recap show. We're going to be talking about shows that we've done. We're going to be talking about fights within BKFC. We're going to be doing some polls. We're going to be doing some polls and talking to you guys. And talking to you guys, we are going to send out some invites for anybody who wants to join us. If you want to come in for a couple of minutes, obviously we're going to try to get as many people on as we possibly can. So we're going to be doing it like in increments of 5 minutes. Of 5 minutes, so that everybody who comes on will get an opportunity to throw 2 cents, talk to us for a second, whatever the topic of discussion is. So we're going to throw that out there for those of you who want to come on. We're not going to have any guests. It's going to be completely, once again, a recap show for 2023, but the topics of discussion are going to fill up so much time. Easily be an hour and a half, 2 hour show, that one, because we've just got so much to cover from 2023. I'm looking forward to it, Tony. I mean, I love having guests on, but this is an opportunity to where we can have some of our loyal followers shine for a second.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I guess we'll go ahead and let Big Ben come on first since he called it out.
Oh, no. Big Ben's at the back of the line. Big Ben's at the back of the fucking line, coming on 20 minutes ahead of time. Let's go. I'm here.
But yeah, so if you guys want to come on next week, I'll go ahead tonight and make the link and everything and post it up. And if you guys want to, just go ahead and reach out to me or Jeff, and Jeff will get it over to me, or whichever, whatever.
It'd be better to reach out to Tony, because Tony is definitely the technical brains. But if you still want to get in touch with me, I could definitely relay your request over to Tony and make sure that we get you in queue. And we make sure that we get you in queue so that you could come on and talk to us. But it's been a great year. It's been a great year. Bones to Domes has been killing it. I mean, we've had a couple of hiccups here and then, just as is life. Couple times I haven't been able to make it on. Last couple times, the move down back here to Texas, and then unfortunately last week with my dental surgery that I had to go through. But feeling good, feeling spry, ready to get 2023 over with and look to the future in 2024. I think that next year is going to be good. Yeah, whatever, man. I always give you a thumbs up, Big Ben. You don't have to be giving me no thumbs down.
Yeah, definitely. We we got that next week, and then we're gonna start off the year with, unfortunately, Carl Robertson's daughter got sick tonight, so he had to leave gym literally like an hour before the show. Leave the gym and go pick her up, take her to the doctors.
Family comes first.
So he will be on the first of the year, and then also hopefully we're gonna lock it down tomorrow. I was talking with him today, and hopefully we'll have our main man Dash on. Who a lot of you guys met at BKFC 56. He was out there with Tommy from Billboard Mats, and we all got to hang out with him. So
cool cat.
He said that he would come on the first of the year. So hopefully we can get all that locked down with his manager and get him on. That'd be dope. Start off the year with those two. And hopefully, we'll see if we can get Carl a fight by then too. He's been getting a lot of call outs from a lot of bare knuckle fighters. And our handy dandy matchmaker, Mr. Nate Shook, is working on some stuff to get it done. So
hey Tony, do me a favor, put Big Ben's question on there. That's a good question.
Yeah. Let's see it. Boom. There you go. If you have any dream fight, what would it be?
Now, are we talking just regular combat sports? We talking bare knuckle fighting? Because if we're talking bare knuckle fight, we're talking bare knuckle fighting. That's one thing. But as far as fights, I only have one fight that I think the world would have loved to have seen. A little bit of a difference when it comes to the generation, but it would have been fucking badass if we were able, if they were able to happen. Elio Gracie and Bruce Lee. I would. Oh my God. The two of the biggest legends in the history of martial arts going toe to toe. And Elio Gracie was kind of like the Muhammad Ali of jiu-jitsu. He basically went to any martial arts master. I mean, his whole life was like the game of death, was like the premise to the game of death. Every level he went to, there was just another martial arts master that he would take down. And that's kind of like how Elio Gracie was. He'd go out and he'd challenge. He said, he'd say, my Brazilian jiu-jitsu technique is superior. I mean, obviously, he ran into a speed bump when it came to Kimura, but that in their prime, as far as a fight, I would have loved to have seen Elio Gracie and Bruce Lee go at it. That just would have been epic in their prime.
Oh, that's
been incredible.
One. Van Damme and Siegel. Or I said Siegel.
It's funny that you mentioned that one, Tony, because there were remember the movie JCVD. You remember the one where Jean-Claude played himself, the drama movie? Did you ever see that one? I don't think so. That was the one where he played himself. He actually played himself. And he was, down on his luck, I mean, he wasn't getting cast as much. And he holds up and he's part of a holdup at a bank in Belgium. But there's a scene in that when he's trying to get cast for a specific movie, and his agent is saying they decided to go with Steven Seagal. He's like, what? He's like, he agreed to cut his ponytail. He's like, oh damn. He agreed to cut his
favorite Van Damme movie, Jeff.
Oh, Bloodsport. Well, actually, no.
I gotta go Twin Dragon.
What
was it? Twin Dragons, right?
We're talking Van Damme. One of my favorite martial arts movies is Bloodsport. But my favorite Van Damme movie is still Cyborg.
It's all right.
You know why? You know why? Because there were all kinds of underlines that were going on in Cyborg that a lot of people didn't know. For example, the guy who was the main villain in Cyborg, his name was Fender Tremolo, and Van Damme's name was Gibson. Gibson and Fender going at it, man. I just thought that was fun. I just thought that was fucking cool. And he was a good villain. He was a really good villain. I mean, the best villain against Van Damme will always be Bolo Young. I mean, that's but that was a good back and forth movie between the hero and the villain. And there's all kinds of shit going on within. I don't know. I like Cyborg. Cyborg is probably my favorite.
I got to go with that. That's what it was called. Double Impact. That's probably my favorite one. That's the one where he had the twin brother, right?
Yes.
And
himself.
Brother, yeah. That's definitely my favorite one.
I remember the girl,
Lionheart, classic.
I remember in Double Impact, No Retreat. Oh, that's an old school one. That's the one where he was a Soviet. He was a Russian. He was a Russian in No Retreat. Bloodsport and Kickboxer are the same movie, but Bloodsport 2, Cyborg. Okay, Bloodsport number 2, Cyborg number 1. I agree. I mean, Bloodsport is still my favorite. Yeah, I know there were guitar names all over there, and it wasn't just them, but there were also a lot of stars within Cyborg that started making up. Ralph Moeller, that was his first movie in that one, and a lot of people. I don't know if you know who that is, DJ Tony. You remember the movie Gladiator, right?
Of course. With
Russell Crowe.
One of my favorite movies.
Well, you remember when he started fighting as a slave. You remember his friend, the real big motherfucker.
Yeah, the big guy. Yep.
That's Ralph Moeller.
Oh, okay.
That's Ralph Moeller. Real good friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger too. But he's been in a ton of movies. Bloodsport.
I agree here with my man.
I didn't like Universal
Soldier. What? That was good.
I didn't.
And then
I don't know.
Part two was all right too. I think after that it got dumb. But part 1 and 2.
What about Death Warrant? What about Death Warrant?
I'm sure I watched it, but I don't remember.
Oh, that's the one with Patrick Kilpatrick. He played the Sandman. Remember the dude who played the Sandman? Remember the dude who played the Sandman? Death Warrant. That was the one where he was a cop and he went undercover in jail. He was. No, he was, but he didn't make it because the director said, friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger's 6'1" and at the time was probably a solid 240, 250. Nobody's going to believe that a 5'8", 170-pound guy is going to be any kind of threat to him. So they ended up getting the other dude. Yeah, Sandman was. Thank you, absent-minded. Sandman was fucking crazy. In fact, I got to meet Patrick Kilpatrick. I met him at an MMA show that I did in California. It was Bama. I was doing a Bama show, and they were having celebrities come in the ring. And he came in the cage, and Patrick Kilpatrick came in, and I came up to him before I announced him, and I said, "Sir, I am a fan of what you've done, but to me, you will always be the Sandman." And I had to throw that out there because he's just one of those guys. Look him up, DJ Tony. Patrick Kilpatrick. He's been one of those obscure actors who's just been in everything.
He's the really skinny guy, right? With the I think I know you're talking about.
He's about 6'2".
Another one of those fights that or I guess you could say favorite fights or fights that I wish could have happened or whatever, is probably Kimbo versus Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson would have eaten him alive.
I don't know why.
Mike Tyson would have eaten him alive because Kimbo had no technique. Kimbo got famous. See, I hate to say this for the man, but Kimbo got famous for beating up tomato cans. He got famous for beating up tomato cans. I mean, he didn't fight anybody worth the worth. The one guy who he fought who beat him, that cop that he fought, the only reason that they beat him is because he accidentally threw an illegal knee. But the fight didn't get stopped. His equilibrium was off, and he ended up kicking his ass afterwards. So I don't know, man. I think Mike Tyson would have wiped the fucking floor with him. You know who wanted to fight? It's funny. Hey, Tony, who wanted to fight him was what is his name? His name is always on the tip of my tongue. Did you ever see that movie Blood and Bone? One with Michael J. White, where he's a street fighter and he fights.
Yeah. I like. He's a beast too.
Bob Sapp.
Oh, Bob Sapp. Yeah.
Bob Sapp wanted to fight. In fact, he challenged him at one of his fights, at one of his K1 fights. Mike Tyson happened to be in the crowd. He was challenging him.
Yeah, I would have liked to see
No,
him
he
pull
is
now.
the OG, Russ. I just would have liked to have seen him have some real bare knuckle competition because he didn't have any.
That would have definitely died. He would have got. He would have
No, I
got
don't know,
hurt.
man. Bob Sapp in his prime was tough to deal with. But I announced 2 of Bob Sapp's fights overseas, and unfortunately, it was at the tail end of his careers. But I will tell you one thing, Tony. I will tell you this: for somebody who got overwhelmed real easy, Bob Sapp always showed up in shape. He was never fat. He was never overweight. He always showed up looking like $1 million. And the reason for that is because he was always in between training for movies. He was always in between training for something. He was always in the middle of something. You know, I mean, if it wasn't Blood and Bone, it was Bad Stand. It was a Big Stand. You know, he was in Big Stand, Blood and Bone. I mean, you know, he's just been in so many of these movies. The Longest Yard. The Longest Yard with
Did
Adam
Bob
Sandler.
Sapp-
I mean, you know, he's been in so many fucking
Did
movies.
he ever fight Butterbean? I feel like they did, but I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so. I don't think that Kimbo ever fought. No, I'm sorry,
Bob
Bob Sapp.
Sapp.
I don't think Bob Sapp ever fought Butterbean.
That might
No,
have
I
been a
don't
good
think
one.
so. That would have been a good one. That would have been that absolutely would have been. Yeah, Kimbo. Yeah, when he got into MMA, I'd love to see Baby Slice. But well, actually, now we probably have the opportunity now that Bellator's not doing anything. Oh, Kyle. Oh man,
That's a real fan right there.
I remember his entire meal.
Did you get him to sign the receipt?
I know,
Your
right?
copy? I would have got him to sign your copy of the receipt, buddy.
Chris, I don't think I think that he didn't have a choice but to step it up on the Contender Series because Dana White at one point said, "There's no fucking way that I would bring Kimbo over." Dana White was really against Kimbo Slice. You know, he thought he was sloppy as fuck. He had the same image of him that I did at the beginning, saying you're fighting nobodies. You're just getting a lot of views on your YouTube pages from all these, you know, backyard bare knuckle fights. So the problem with it is he did better. No, I know I'm not missing the points. I can tell that you despise him. I can tell that. I didn't want to dawn on that for you, Kyle. I didn't want to dawn on that. You know, you know what I mean? I saw the man have a temper tantrum in public, with his wife at the time. I'm not going to get into it because I respect the guy. You may despise him, but I respect the guy because, you know, he helped us out when he was working with Road FC. So I definitely respect him on that. I'm sorry you didn't get the tip that you should have gotten from the man.
Now, Jeff, since next week we will be doing a recap show, let's go ahead and get into some of these fights that just got announced in the last day or two.
I know.
For BKFC 57.
We got some exciting ones, man.
We already knew about Palomino and Trout, but they just added on Bryce Henry and Robbie Peralta. How do you feel about that one?
That's it. That's an exciting one. But Robbie Peralta has got one hell of a fight against him because, you know, Henry is just on this crazy. He's another one of these guys who's on this crazy. There's a select few with BKFC that are on this massive upward trajectory. It doesn't seem like they can be stopped. Henry is one of those. So all I have to say is that, you know, Robbie's really going to have to step it up on this one because this is a young man who is fucking hungry. He's so fucking hungry, and the whole family is fighting. I mean, his brother is a very technical fighter himself. So that's a fighting family. So Robbie, you got to fight in for your brother, man. So it's time to bring the dog into the fight for that one.
And then we got Jomi versus Isaac Doolittle. That's gonna be. I like both of these fighters. Now, I feel like it's gonna. Well, oh man, I don't even want to talk on that one because I like all the fighters, but I like these two guys a lot. I mean, I DJ'd Jomi's fights, all his fights at BYB. And then since he's been over here, I've DJ'd all of his fights. Yeah, freaking Mike, you're right, man. That's a great matchup. I had to reach out to Nate Shook and let him know.
I agree with you, Russ. I agree.
If
I agree.
Isaac stay or obviously if Jomi's gonna obviously try to use his reach and stay on the outside, but if Isaac does what he's done to every single person, which I feel he's gonna do, and gets on the inside, I mean, it's gonna be a long night for Jomi.
Talk to Mike Richmond. Ask Mike Richmond. Does Doolittle have knockout power?
Yeah,
he absolutely. Isaac is a scary dude. Because not only is he tough as nails, he's smart.
Yeah,
I'm talking book smart. The man has a legitimate degree. He's very intelligent, and he likes bare knuckle for what it is. He likes the grit, and he likes the dogfight. So when you combine that together, and so does Jomi. Jomi. Jomi has absolutely had to step up his game ever since coming over to BKFC. He absolutely has. So that's another one that somebody's going to get a good opportunity after that fight. Somebody's going to get a good opportunity after that fight, 100%.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, man, that's so far, that's probably definitely my favorite fight on the card so far. I mean,
as of right now, it is.
Everybody else. And then they added Townsend and Leo Berser on there.
Oh,
too.
That's exciting.
I mean, that's
it can fucking hit,
both
man.
Heavy hitters. I mean,
his brother did okay for his first outing.
He actually did.
His brother did okay against Ben Moa, man. Just unfortunately, the cut was just too much to manage. I saw it and I was just saying to myself, man, this isn't going to last too much longer. But that Bersier family, I mean, these guys they're tougher than $2 steaks. They're just tough dudes. They're made for that, and that is a great dude. That's a slugfest right there. That is a fucking slugfest between the two of them.
I was getting to it, Big Ben. Chill out.
I know, right?
Stop go through the big boys,
man.
Yeah. Then we got Chris Garcia versus Albert Incline. Albert Incline coming back. Hasn't fought in a while. That's going to be a good one too. Both of those guys just
another one who improved. Albert Incline. Last fight he had with us, different guy. Absolute different fighter than the first time that he fought with us. First time he fought with us, he was a cocky, I'm not going to say cocky little shit, but he was a cocky little kid who was talking about all the shit that was going on outside of the squared circle rather than what he was going to do.
I know, right?
I know, right? And but the last fight that he came in, he was focused, he was humble, and he was direct. I'm going to tell you, I want to keep seeing that kid. The Albert Incline that we saw fight last, that's the guy I want to keep seeing. That's an old one. I said $2 steak, not $2 snake. I'm taking a page out of good old Jim Ross. Jim Ross was always the tougher than the $2 steak guy. So taking a $2 snake, fuck, I live out on a ranch. I can get a snake for free.
That remind me of like the dang, what's the guy's name? Guillermo? That's on that one show who just pops up all the time out of nowhere, or does like the
yeah. Now there's what a great way to start the year. I mean, we've got the prospect series that's going down January 27th in Albuquerque, and we're going to be back at the hopefully I'm pretty sure that I'll be back at the Tingley Coliseum for that one actually, but that's the prospect series. We've got the I do believe that we've got the tryouts coming up. The tryouts are coming up in the next few days. In fact, was it today?
No,
was it the 19th?
No, they were the other day. They were last week, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, the tryouts took place in. That's right. It did. That's right. God, it was last week. But the tryouts took place. Yeah,
Russ, I told you last week. If you guys watched last week, I am not saying anything that I know until BKFC releases it.
They got to release it first. Exactly.
Anymore.
Guys, we can't be dropping that. As much as you want us to do that, man, I ain't gonna cost us our fucking jobs by dropping shit that the company doesn't do first. Come on.
I did see that that Carlos from CNC posted something about Justin Street fighting. So I just put one and one together. But you know, oh, it was just released. Oh, okay.
It was?
I haven't been on Facebook for probably like 2 hours, so or Instagram. Where's it on Instagram?
I'm looking right now.
They wouldn't have.
If they've updated the card on that as of
Well,
yet.
it's not on the website yet.
Nah, I don't think so.
There.
I don't see it.
Let's see. And it's not on Facebook. I mean, it's not on Instagram yet. So I guess it must have broke.
Yeah, it hasn't been released.
Oh, on your page. Oh, okay. My bad, big dog. I pay attention to your page, but I haven't been on Facebook in like 2 hours. So unless it happened way earlier,
that's like a record for you, man.
And I just missed it. Well, I got to stay tagging and
tagging and bagging
and everything, and half the stuff I get tagged in every day, like 50 different things, but I don't accept half the tags because
what do you think about the main event? What do you think about
I'm not going to speak on it, honestly, because I'm just not going to speak on it.
Well, I mean, the fight makes the fight makes sense. I mean, if you remember Luis Palomino, saying that he wanted that he wanted the competition, he wanted only the best, and well, now he's getting someone who going to be there.
Me and Russ talked about this. That's why he's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that there's.
Yesterday, actually, last night.
But you know what? What a way! I mean, you have to look. You have to look at it as far as a great way to start a year. It's a great way to start the year. It's a great way to start the year. The fights always. I'm going to be honest with you. The fights don't always have to make sense because you have to think about it like this, Tony. Okay, modern bare knuckle, the way that we've had it is 5.5 years old. It's 5.5 years. It's 5.5 years old. You're not always going to follow the same train of thought when it comes to boxing or MMA about who is up next, who's deserving, and all that good stuff. It doesn't work that way, especially with the implementation of social media. We're bringing in more and more social media influencers. The game is completely changed. So what made sense back in the day as far as somebody coming up, working their way up and getting there, it's just changed now. So I look at it for the potential of a good fight, and I think that there is the potential for a good fight there. I really, really do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel all right. So the fight, it's two good fighters. Obviously, just respectfully, as long as it doesn't become a title fight, then I'm fine with it. Then it's just a money fight. It's a good fight. Let it happen. But if it becomes a title fight, with oh man, can't believe I forgot his damn name. Oh, with Trout, getting a title fight at 1-0, I'm against that. 100%. I'm against.
You have to remember that this is also the era where CM Punk got to debut on the main card of UFC. On his first UFC, fucking fight. I mean, obviously that didn't work out. You can't compare the two because Austin Trout is. I'm just saying, names get pushed to the front of the line. That's just the way it is. But Austin fought his ass off. And adapted well. He definitely shows that he has the skill set to survive in the squared circle, and that's one of the reasons that I'm excited about it, because you never know when you've got a world-class boxer coming in. You don't know if they're going to adapt to the skill set of bare knuckle fighting. You don't know if they're going to do that. He absolutely did. So that's why I'm excited for him, even if he gets a little preferential treatment. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, dude, that's life. That's just that's just the way it is. But the thing is, I don't think he is getting preferential treatment because he's bringing something to the brand. He's bringing the brand recognition. He's bringing a good fight for Palomino. I really, truly think he is.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it that way. It's a good fight, and it's not because it's him. I like him a lot, Trout, as a fighter. or just in general. I mean, he was cool with me the last fight. I talked to him online a couple times. You know, even when we were going back and forth about his music and stuff, you know, he's a cool guy. It's not even that. It's just the point. It's not even just him. Like I said, any fighter who just comes in off the, you know, I guess you could say off the street, even if they're coming from UFC. I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. If it's like McGregor or somebody huge like that, but other than the huge, like even when Mike Perry came in, I would have been against him as well, coming in and just getting a title fight right away. It's just I feel like there's fighters that are here that have been like, let's say a Tony Soto that's, you know, 5-0, I believe, or 6-0. I don't. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but you know, who should be fighting for the title, or should be fighting Palomino for next, or you know, same thing with you know, Perry, you know, should be fighting Mundell next. But you know, it doesn't always go as you know, I guess we have to realize that at the same time that we work for the company, we're also fans of the company.
Oh, we are. And we have our opinions. We have our opinions.
We don't want to go with the, I guess, you know, business side of it, because we're fans. We're
exactly.
You know, so
I agree with that. I think that's a great way to look at it.
And you know, feel like being here, you being in the ring for every fight, me DJing every fight, seeing every fight, us talking to you know, me talking to the fighters about music, you talking fight to the fighters about well, you know, whatever nickname they want or where they're from, or you know, when you do your fighter meetings. But you know, we get to know these fighters, so you know, we feel bad for them, and then when we see them online pissed, or you know, saying, you know, fuck that shit, I'm not gonna fight unless it's a title fight, or this, or you know, if I feel like I should be fighting against the, you know, this person, or you know, whatever. It's just, you know, I sometimes, you know, I feel them,
but it doesn't always come when you want, Tony. See, that's another thing. That's another thing. You know, sometimes that just doesn't happen as much as you wanted to. Thinking that, you know, opportunities are going to wait for you. I mean, you know, that just doesn't do it. You know, you have to be strategical about this, because, you know, I mean, it's an ever-changing industry. And yes, I believe I've been here since day one. There are so many people that I would love to see get these title opportunities that have absolutely earned that opportunity. But anybody who gets into the fight game also knows that this is the way it goes right now. And what gets you there is patience. The patience, I promise you guys. So I know that some of you, you can be, you know, feel one way about it or the other. But the ones who are patient are the ones who are going to reap the benefits, because you absolutely are. But it's also a business, and there's also big money fights are just a way of the world as of right now, especially when we're getting eyeballs. Because you also have to think about it, Tony. We're also when you build a brand, people follow the brand. When you start off, especially with the way that we're going, you have to get geographically sound fighters on a card. If you're doing a card in South Carolina, you got to have South Carolina fighters. The UFC doesn't do that anymore because they don't have to. It's because the brand is universally recognized, and people don't give a shit if there's nobody from South Carolina on the card. They know the brand, and they're going to go see it. They're going to go see it regardless of that. That's kind of the way that we will end up becoming. But I absolutely agree with you. I do believe that there are those who have paid their dues and that are ready for that opportunity and such. But I also know that there are also a bunch of them that don't work the social media that they do. They don't work the personality like they should, you know, getting themselves out there, you know, pushing the character. And pushing the character is what it's all about. I mean, if you don't believe me, talk to Conor McGregor. Talk to all these guys who are completely and totally they're character driven, but they're still world-class athletes. That's how you get shit done. That's how you get shit done as a fighter. You have to promote yourself. And if you don't promote yourself, the company's not going to wait and promote you. You know what I mean? I mean, the company will promote you if the company sees that you're promoting yourself. If you're your biggest fan out there getting shit done.
Definitely, man. I mean, there's a lot of another question I wanted to ask you is we did hear senior Friday night when they were doing the Christmas giveaway, or sorry, Friday during the day when
what
they were
a
doing
show that was.
that was hilarious.
That was oh my god, I swear they ripped Travis a new asshole, man. My god.
I don't know how Travis left out of there, or driving out of there, should I say. I had wrote in the comments, I was like, they should be gifting
you sit down after
Travis
that.
an Uber, because he was trashy. He was falling out the door.
And I believe our boss is over there raising hell in the Middle East.
Yep.
He said that he's over there. I believe Nick Chapman is over there too. I believe Nick Chapman is over there, and they're pitching the brand over there. They're trying to get our global footprint recognized over in the Middle East. It's funny the way that the world works, Tony. I never thought that the Middle East would end up becoming the fight mecca of the world. And now between Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Saudi Arabia, those are just
man.
That's just becoming the fight, especially Saudi Arabia. Those places are becoming the fight capitals to go to.
It's where the money's at. They got all the money.
Deepest pockets ever.
And
oh my god.
They
love the fights over
there. There's not even a regular house. Houses are skyscrapers.
Houses are. Well, I don't know.
They buy $100,000 cars, and if they get a flat tire, they just leave them on the side of the road and go buy another car.
Oh, I know. Fuck fixing the tire. I'll just get another one.
It's crazy how much.
No, I remember when I was over in Dubai. I went and saw the supercar. You've heard of the supercar graveyard, right? Yeah. So it's this long 4-mile stretch of road, and it's just it's right parallel to the highway. It's like an access road. It's like a 4-mile stretch of nothing but supercars that have been abandoned, under the highway. And it's Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bugattis, they're all abandoned. They're all sand blown from the sandstorms or pick clean and everything because, people ditch them because there's so many people who come to Dubai, live beyond their means, and they end up becoming seriously in negative debt. And if you know anything about Dubai, you know that Dubai has debtor's prison. You go to jail if you go into a negative debt.
Yeah.
You go to jail. So a lot of them just say, fuck it. We're taking off and we'll abandon the shit. And what they do, I guess, ceremoniously, they just leave it right there on the supercar graveyard, what they call it. It's very interesting. I agree. Oh, I agree.
They got senior Dave Billman's senior did say on that same show too that they're doing 24 prospect shows, 12 in the States and 12 out. So that alone, plus all of our numbered shows, and then and
then our international shows,
and then those as well, and then breaking all these new states this year. It's going to be one hell of a busy year for us, and
bring it on.
I'm loving it.
Bring it the fuck on. You think I'm going to shy away from staying busy? Fuck
for you,
no, man.
You can be gone all the time. Which don't get me wrong, I want to be gone on the weekends. But I like to be home during the week. So
you gotta be with the fam.
But plus all the shows we're having, and then potentially having Knuckle Mania in California. From what Senior was saying, that's going to be dope. It's going to get pushed back. It's not going to be the second week of
I think
February,
they were talking April. They were talking April.
First 3 have been.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking potentially April, beginning of the spring, or
remember what they were talking about? They were talking about this on the on Mission Accomplished. They were talking about how we sell that as the marquee event throughout the year, and then we have 41 and 56. That absolutely eclipse it. That absolutely eclipse it. And Dave saw the merit in that. He definitely saw the merit in that because we always sell Knuckle Mania as the biggest event of the year. And, it was interesting. I was interested to see out of 41 or 56, which one was his preference. But he said 41 just everything was there that he needed as far as that. Yep.
As of right now, Chris, I got 4 on. We got 4 on the team.
You got 4 under representation. Nice.
I'll be dropping the 4th one this Friday. I had to wait for him to get out of his contract. He was in an MMA contract. And Gabrielle Roman, of course, the Jersey Princess Warrior. And then we just had on Jamie Driver, who I have on the team, and ex-UFC fighter Carl Robinson, who will be on the beginning of the year, first show of the year, to welcome us on. So, yeah, so 3 that I have announced, the 4th one that I will drop on Friday. I just, you know, blessed to have what I'm doing, taking it really, really slow.
I think that's smart, man. I think that's smart because I see, I hate to say that, I see so many fight management company opportunities fizzle out real fucking fast. Real fucking fast, because unfortunately sometimes you get people, you know, situations to where you're in over your head, and they're just, sometimes it's all about how you manage. Now, you've been managing ring card girls for so fucking long, Tony. Yeah. You've been doing that for so long, and you know, I mean, that's managing divas, and that's managing like just straight up fucking divas. So I figure you could manage them, you could manage anybody. So you've had, you know, you've kind of dipped your feet into that. But I know fighters are a completely different, you know, animal as opposed to managing ring card girls. And you know, I'm sure that you've gotten a lot of personal satisfaction out of doing this, and you know, seeing fighters grow.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I pretty much, you know, I wasn't managing fighters before, but I was giving, you know, or sending fighters to all these different promotions to get fights, or really I was sending, you know, I would send a lot of fighters over to Kevin Smith. Anybody who hit me up, I'd say, you know, check out Kevin Smith, or you know, whoever I felt was the right fit for them.
They point you in the right direction. You point them in the right direction.
And but you know, with me just doing that for so long, I just felt like, you know, why not just start my own thing? You know, my both of them, or all 3 of my daughters, are really into the fight game. They love watching the BKFC with me, and watching boxing, and now it's starting to watch. What's funny is they don't even like the new wrestling. They only watch the old school wrestling with me, Stone Cold and everybody, and they know
they've got good taste.
They know
they've got good taste.
So like, you know, I felt like, you know, one of my daughters kind of, when she was a little bit younger, wanted to be a DJ just because of me, but now they're kind of doing their own thing. But I just feel like I wanted to do something where I could bring my whole entire family, because there's like probably 1,000 of us OROZCOs, and you know, just give our last name, because in the whole time of our last name, there's never been, that I know of anyways, anybody who used the last name for like a business, like whatever, Orozco Plumbing, Orozco, whatever the hell, dealership, or whatever the hell, car dealership. So I wanted to use that last name and start my own, you know, company with it. And so I felt that, you know, the best way would be fighting. And all my cousins love to fight. Everybody knows boxing, knows MMA, whatever. It was just the smartest decision. So, yeah, that's why I started it. And yeah, Chris, I do. Jamie Driver, she's in the BYB. She's actually fighting next month, January 18th. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, then my cousin, he keeps saying he's gonna fight, but he's been telling me that for 15 years. So we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, all day. So it's been fun.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you, and I know that you're gonna do a lot of fighters.
Give these 3 fighters, you know, everything. I don't want to have. I could have signed. I've had so many fighters, and no disrespect to these fighters, because, like I said, I like all the fighters. But I could have signed, you know, whatever, 20 fighters by now. But then, you know, I can't give them my all. So it's like I would rather only have 3 to 5 fighters, and you know, give them everything I have, and make sure that they're getting treated right. And
you get that personal touch. You know, you end up, I understand that the idea behind that is to get the roster, but, you know, I sometimes when the roster gets pretty deep, you know, somebody gets lost in the shuffle. Somebody doesn't get the treatment that they should. So I appreciate that. I respect that. I respect keeping the roster on the shallow side, but making sure that you give your all to your fighters. I respect that.
Yeah, but definitely we got a hell of a first card of the year coming up.
So
I know I see BK. Never mind. You know what? Because BKFC themselves didn't put it out, but one of our I guess Triller put it out there before BKFC did. The main event for the prospect card. I won't
divulge that as of yet.
But I'll just say the fight is going to be a good one. I don't know if you saw it get posted up.
No, I haven't.
Oh, all right. Definitely two of I'll say our favorite fighter, or not favorite fighters, but fighters that we like. Are headlining that, so that would be a good one. But yeah, man, it's been a hell of a year. Freaking can't wait for what next year brings to us. All the new sponsors we're gonna get and blow this thing up to another level.
Speaking of sponsors, let's make sure that we give our shout outs.
Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's go ahead.
Lock them up. Pop and lock it.
Starting off with our main man, Tommy from Billboard Mats.
I love the new one that he just turned out. I want one of those King of Violence ones. I didn't get one of those. I want one of those.
Ooh, I only got one. I do have two of the other ones if you don't have one of those.
I have the other ones. I don't have the King of Violence one.
We got our main man, Matt, in Orlando, Florida, with Leafy 8. Right here with that purple haze.
Man, that is...
It is delicious. And then we got
blue eyes turn green.
Wow. Lip 21 is back in the building. One of our old sponsors when we first started the show. Delicious recovery drink. I don't know if you guys tried it when we were in Miami, but
it's the tartest.
I don't remember
the tartest recovery solution I've ever had. It's so fucking tart.
I don't remember what card it was, but I know it was one of the Miami cards. I brought like a bunch of like a huge box of them, was giving them out to all the fighters after they weighed in. Everybody loved it.
Who was that you had with us that was pushing it? That girl
that was just a model that I had
okay,
that just came down, and I had her just
remember she rode in the car. She rode in the car with us when we drove down there.
God damn you, Jeff. Some stuff is just not meant to say online.
Oh my God. We were driving there. Jesus. Oh my God. My God. We were driving there, folks. Jesus Christ. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with people hitching a ride with Mr. Live Worldwide down to Miami.
But yeah, definitely try Live 21, and they got the coolest bottles. Like, I mean, come on, man.
I like the lids. I like the gold diamond lid.
Yeah, it's got a diamond on the top. Straight out of Clearwater, Florida.
So is that where they're based out of?
Yeah, Clearwater, Florida. Look at that bottle, man.
It's a good looking. The packaging is awesome looking.
Yeah. Can't beat that.
No, I like it.
Dopest
I like
recovery drink on the planet. So
seriously, man, you're not going to find anything tartar than that, man. I swear to God, man. I remember I tasted that. It's like, God, oh, you got one? Yeah.
But you guys were also having them warm. Even cold, they're still tart. But that's all that good stuff that's in there. That so it's meant for everybody. It's meant for recoveries after a hangover.
Kind of like a watermelon taster.
Pedialyte. Right? It's a lemon berry.
Lemon berry. That's it. It's
delicious. It is tart. It is tart, but it's meant to mix. It's meant to be, you can mix it with your alcohol. So at the same time that you're drinking, you're recovering. That was the whole point of it when they made it. It was meant to be mixed with drinks, but then also to drink, when you wake up after. It's your hangover solution. So
I'm going to mix a little of that with, when you send me the case, I'm going to mix a little of that with some Tito's. See how
definitely. If you go online, they have, because we had it at
the recipes.
Pizza. Yeah, we had it at Torta Pizza. We actually had a different drink for every day that they have. And they have a rum one, tequila one, everything.
Oh, rum one. Oh, that sounds good, especially with the lemon berry and some rum.
It tells you exactly what to make. I think it was like pineapple juice with that, and a little cranberry, and yeah, and just
Well, the
rum.
bottle itself, that looks like something that should be paired with like Grey Goose at like the VIP tables in Vegas, right?
That's where it's getting now. They're getting into the clubs. When they first came out with
Yeah.
it was supposed to be like, you know, at your CVS. But now you'll see them like even who was it? Oh, Lil Wayne did a video with one of them. Jadakiss. I don't know if you know who Jadakiss is, but he's
Of
one of
course
my
come
favorite
on, I'm not that fucking old.
but yeah, he you know, did a party with them. They were sponsoring his party, and he had taken pictures with it and stuff. So that was cool. A lot of people, a lot of celebrities. But yeah, especially out in here in Tampa and Ybor City, you know, they're all in the clubs, and that's what they give you for.
Is that where
choice, mixer.
is it just in Florida, or do they have nationwide distribution?
No, you can they have their obviously their factory. They're here in Clearwater, but no, they ship. You can buy them online and ship them out anywhere.
I was living in Florida that whole time. I could have gone to Clearwater and got myself hooked up with that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I had them for a little while, and then once BKFC went bucked up, you know, I went with bucked up, and you know, we switched up for a couple months, but you know, switched back now to Live 21. Wanted to support local business.
Absolutely.
And what's up, Randy or Steve, whoever that is, with
that's probably Randy Harris. That's probably our good boy Randy Harris.
I would think, I don't know.
Randy, it's about time that you had DJ Tony and Mr. Live Worldwide. I remember the couple of times that I wanted to get on with Knockout Radio, and you looked at me like I was smoking crack. Randy, it's time.
I've actually been on the show.
Time to get Mr. Live Worldwide on Knockout Radio. Come on, guys. You guys have been with us practically since the beginning. It's time. This is long fucking overdue. Knockout Radio, Mr. Live Worldwide, and with DJ Tony at one point. I mean, not at the same time. We'll blow up the fucking airwaves and break the internet with the both of us on at the same time. But come on, Knockout Radio. Show some love for Bones to Domes. I mean, we appreciate you coming on, but I'm ready for Knockout Radio, baby.
Nah, I love them over there. Obviously, you know, they used to be at the Torta Pizza doing the shows there every Wednesday.
Baller life they have, man. They go everywhere.
Yeah, Randy's the man. Randy and Steve.
Him and Steve, they go fucking everywhere. They meet everybody famous, man. Jesus Christ.
They were just at the Navy Army game.
Mm-hmm.
They were I just seen Steve was just, I think, in Vegas at all these different concerts, and
weren't they at 296?
I think so. I know they were at Karate Combat too. They go to
yeah.
Randy is my main man, my main hookup for the, even though I'm a Yankees fan, but I love going to the Rays games just to make sure they lose. And so Randy's my hookup. And me and Randy have the same passion for the Rays. So you know, I get to go over there, and every time I'm there, they've lost. So so he hooks me up all the time, and he's hooked me up with football tickets and every sport, actually, Orlando Magic's tickets and everything. So, yeah, man. Shout out to them. They'll be on.
No, he's good people. No, they're good people. Knockout Radio, they're good people.
Yeah, Knockout Radio tomorrow, 1 to 4, every Wednesday, 1 to 4 p.m. Randy, Steve, and Matt, or you know, StreetNet Matt, all on every single Wednesdays. Make sure you guys check them out too on YouTube and Facebook. And they're in the Tampa Bay area. I always get this wrong. It's either 106 or 107.1. I forget every time, but make sure you guys check them out.
All right, guys. Man. I think that's a good spot to go ahead and call tonight. Like to go ahead thank our guest. You know, Jamie coming on.
Oh, I do have to give 2 more shout outs real quick. My bad.
Oh, go ahead, good brother.
I got to give a shout out to I did show the I didn't even show the shirt earlier. I'm sorry. I did show the logo. Let me go ahead with the logo, since got to give out a quick shout out to our man Kyle, who did all our Bones to Domes logo.
Yeah, I love it.
My main logo man, he made that right there for Jamie Driver, the Red Queen. So that's dope. And then our main man, Michael over at Donnybrook Company made this shirt right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is dope.
I like that one.
He made 2 different styles. And he's also working on a t-shirt for Gabriel Roman that's going to be dope. He told me the idea, what he had for it, so it's going to be very New Jersey-ish. I'll just say that. So,
I dig it.
So shout out to them. And yeah, man, go ahead, Jeff. Now you can finish it off, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm just so honored that I get that opportunity. Thank you. No, it's good. I'll tell you, man, D, I miss you, Tony. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good that we got this going on.
Too much fun, man. Bringing on all the guests. We have done, for the watch parties where we've just brought on random people at a time, but we never actually, I don't think, brought any guests on besides just who were there at the actual pizzeria. So this is going to be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited about our year-end wrap-up show. So, guys, once again, we want to let you guys know year-end wrap-up show next week might be actually one of our longer shows, and that's going to depend on you guys because we're expecting you guys to anybody who wants to get on that. Message me. You can message me through Facebook. You can message Tony through Facebook. You can let us know that you want to come on, be part of the conversation, be part of the broadcast. We have absolutely no problem with that because that's going to be the key focus of that. Of course, we're going to be doing a overall on the year 2023 badass stuff going on. 2024 is going to be even better, but with our recap show, I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure that you check us out next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be rocking and rolling with the 2023 recap show from Bones to Domes. But guys from Loudmouth Central and from down in Florida, my main man, DJ Tony, this is Mr. Live Worldwide. We are saying good night to everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Bones to Domes, and we will see you next week at the 2023 recap show, Bones to Domes, baby.
Peace.
Bones to Domes, boy, the intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you if you go against me in the square circle. Let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to Domes, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to Domes, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to Domes podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you.
Youngest in the yacht club.
It's how you knuckle up. It's about how you